Morning, everyone. Got some knives to do today. So we are just going to get right to sharpening. I think this one, I may buff this out a little bit, see if we can get this looking a little better. I'm not sure how well that's going to buff out. This is pretty much going to be, well, we'll see when we get there. Anyway, you know what? In fact, maybe I'll just start with that and we'll see what happens. I'm going to check real quick and see, I believe. Yeah, I'm just going to check. Okay. Just wanted to get my other phone and check and make sure that we actually have a decent sound. Yeah, this will buff out a little bit. So I'm just going to I'm not looking to put a mirror polish on it or anything, just going to clean it up a bit. And I probably won't get all this off, but we also have a bent tip on this, but I don't know that there's anything we can really do with that. I hesitate in trying to bend it back, and I really don't want to grind it out. If you can see, I can show you better when we get in the light, but the tip on that is bent. And that's why you don't put your fingers in front of the blade. So that actually looks pretty good. So we'll do the other side a little bit here. Let's see if I can get that right in the corner there. Yeah. Okay. So like I said, we're not going to get perfect with it, but hey Jeff, how you doing? Cindy, hello. I'd say that looks pretty good. I think we'll leave it there. Like I said, I'm not looking to put a mirror polish or anything on it, but certainly want to just clean it up a bit. So now we'll go ahead and we'll get to sharpening. This is a Cubitron P120. We're on a buck tool slow speed sander. Yeah, these are apexing really quick. I kind of figured they would. Okay, and this one. Okay. This is going to be quick work the way they're apexing that fast. So let's go ahead down to the Trizac A30, which is a 600 grit. We'll refine all these edges a little bit. I did get asked a question the other day. Somebody was asking why my buck tools are tilted back. Well, I've got this board. You see this board underneath them, so they tilt back. It's really just ergonomics. By tilting it back, I have a little bit better view. It's just more comfortable for me to sharpen. I'm not so much looking down at the knife, it's more looking directly at the knife. So it's just kind of a preference. It's not really any technical reason. Yeah, these are going to be going pretty quick. Whoop. Sure, there is. There's a little bit of a crack in that blade. I don't know that I can get all the way through that crack. I hate to try. I think I'm going to leave that because that blade is so thin. I'm not even going to try to repair that. Then we'll head down here to our leather belt or leather wheel. Put a little compound on there. You guys, I'd certainly appreciate it. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. Helps our channel and helps our small business out. We're starting to get a little busier. We're just over our first year in business, and things are going well. But I notice we're starting to get busier, and I think part of that is we're picking up a lot of customers. We're getting new customers on top of repeat customers. So it's definitely making us busier. And then we'll do some cleaning up on these edges. And then we'll do a paper test. And any of them that didn't come out quite as sharp as we want, we can always see if there's other stuff we need to do to make sure that they're nice and sharp. So let's go ahead and clean these edges up. We'll see what happens. I want to back up far enough so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, there is a little crack in that blade, but this is old and this is very thin. See how thin that is. So I really don't want to grind too much on it if we don't have to. And I already told the customer I didn't know that I'd be able to do anything with the little bend that's in the end of that. If it were, you know, one of these knives, and we had a bent tip, wouldn't be any problem. But some of these knives, that one I'm not even sure. It's obviously not stainless. So I don't know how well it would take to trying to bend it back, especially if I'm already seeing that crack and it tells me that metal's probably pretty brittle. And I don't want to crack what's left of it off. You know, I'm not really trying to go super fast here, but we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 knives. And I'm just now getting up on 14 minutes on the video. So it goes pretty quick if you have the right equipment. And once you've practiced enough, and even after a year in business, sharpening at this point hundreds of knives, I still end up with some that aren't sharpened quite right. So that's how they should all be. So we'll see what happens here. See if we got them all the same way. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm happy with these so far. These are coming out really well. Look at that. My goodness. Oop. Okay. We got a little bit of a burr on there. Or we missed something when we were sharpening. I don't see a nick in the blade. So I'm guessing. Yep, there we go. Probably a little bit of burr still stuck on there. There we go. So those are all set, guys. Those all came out really well. I'm pretty impressed today with myself. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. These did come out well. They really sharpened up nice. I could see that burr coming up. As soon as I did my second pass on that 120 bolt, I could see the burr. So I knew we were in pretty good shape. The thing is, when you're doing edge leading, like I am on these two machines, it is a little bit tough to see any kind of a burr when you get down to the 600 grit. So you just have to assume that it's getting done right. The biggest thing is just making sure that your angle on the on your angle guide is correct. And generally, I like to try to have it so that the this one I have set at about 17, no 18. This one I try to set just like 18.2, 18.3, just a little steeper. That way you do end up, yeah, and that one's not going to fit in the sheath, so we'll do something else with that. That way, if you're just a little bit steeper this way, you're sure you're hitting that apex with that finer belt. And because the finer belt takes off so little, it really just refines that cutting edge. So, okay, guys, believe it or not, I think we're already done. I thought we'd be on longer than 20 minutes, but looks like everything worked out well. Appreciate you guys joining. And like I said, if you hit that subscribe button and the like button for the video, it'd certainly be appreciated. We appreciate you guys watching. I've got more knives sitting over on my bench that we're probably going to be doing tomorrow morning. So if you subscribe, you get notified when we go live tomorrow morning. I'm guessing I'm going to be around, I don't know, 10 or 10:30, something like that. We'll probably work on those. So, okay, guys, from what was fairly warm Chicago a day ago, we were in the high 40s, low 50s, which is great for January. Today we're in the low 20s. And I think we're dropping down to like 5 degrees tonight, something silly. So certainly got cold. We got the heat blasting, trying to stay warm. So you guys do the same, especially if you're up north. And we will see you guys in the next one. Have a great evening.